Welcome to your number one guide to the life, challenges, and prospects in the diaspora. This is Diaspora TV Network. We educate, inform, and keep you updated with global incisive news, engaging interviews, immigration insights, tourism highlights, and more. All you need to know about Nigerians and other Africans living in diaspora. We understand what it means to seek greener pastures away from home, and we are committed to bringing you legit info on the challenges, prospects, and success stories of those living in diaspora. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and educated as you embark on this adventure here on Diaspora TV Network with your host, media veteran Dele Aberuagba.
Enjoy non-stop direct flights from London Heathrow and Gatwick Airport to Abuja, Nigeria. Effective 26th October 2025. Book now at flyairpeace.com. Airpeace, your peace, our goal.
Hello viewers, you're welcome to today's edition of the program, Diaspora TV Network. I remain your host, Dele Aberuagba. On this particular edition, I'm bringing to you an interesting fellow who's been doing so much for Nigeria and indeed Africans in general in the United Kingdom. Dr. John Shomade is my guest today on the program and is going to be taking you through all it takes to unify your home, maintaining relationships, and making sure that you all have a happy home. Dr. Shomade is my guest today on the program. You are welcome to this program, sir.
You're welcome, sir. Thanks for inviting me and for being part of your program. Wonderful to be here.
Good. I know that this is something we're going to enjoy. I can assure you, and millions of our viewers out there. Dr. John Shomade, to say precisely, is a marriage and relationship counselor. For every home, for every individual, for every input, and for every productivity, it definitely lies on how good the home is. I'm sure you'd agree with me. Without much ado, I'm going to invite Dr. Shomade to let me into what a relationship is. Dr. Shomade, can you enlighten our viewers out there, please? What is a relationship?
A relationship is the fusion between two or more people. General. But in terms of marriage relationship, the fusion of two people, a male and a female, who have decided to live their life together, sharing their joy, their peace, their challenges, and everything that comes their way is for better, for worse. Rough, that is rough.
In a way, sir, how do we ensure a happy home?
Interesting. A happy home does not just come like that just because you get married or you're in a relationship. You have to work on it. You have to create a peaceful and productive physical space for both of you. You have to declutter your individual life ruthlessly. What do I mean by that? We all come with garbage. We all come with a lot of assumption. We all come with the problems that emanate for the foundation that we are born into, and nobody actually decides where they are born into. Now, when we now come together, you are now bringing two issues, problems, joys, whatever it is. There are things that work for your parents that will not work for you. There are things that work for your friend that will not work for you. And there are common things that will work for both of you. You can borrow something from our parents, from our background. If you're coming from a loving home, and a loving home, you will learn things. You will put things into practice. Okay? So what I'm saying is that two people come together, they come with their own baggage. I call it baggage for absence of other words. Their issues, good or bad. Okay? So we got to declutter these things ruthlessly. And that should come out if you are one of those who submit yourself to marriage counseling, premarital counseling before you actually enter into it. So if you've done that, all this clutter will have been identified if you are truthful to your counselor, and they'll be worked on. Maybe not entirely, but by the time you got married, you know what to expect from it. Now, you need to incorporate things that both of you like. For example, a clean space. Some people come from a house full of disorganization, and the other one comes from a house that is everything is sparkling clean. Now, you've got to make sure that you both are aligned with one another. You meet one another. I'm not talking about OCD, where you drop something there, you make the toast, and there's some things there, whatever, it will cause argument. No, but you have to communicate to each other your perspective. Personalize your home. Decorate the item the way both of you like. You check with us. I like this one. Not that I am the woman, I'm just going to bring this in, you're just going to like it. Or I'm the man, you're just going to bring it. And if you're a woman and you come into the space of your husband who is already married, have their own thing there. I'm sure you will have been visiting him from time to time or whatever. This is when to start looking at what need to be changed for good, not because it suits you, but because it suits both of you. So establish a dedicated working place. What do I mean by that? We need to make sure that we have a space for one another. Don't shock each other. Don't stifle life out of each other. All these things allow for a happy home. Now, one person did not come say, what did I get myself into? Now, digital boundaries is also important. Sometimes you might want to say at a particular time, during bedtime, during meal, you don't bring the phone, you don't put in the telly, you don't do whatever, because you need time to enjoy one another. You need to bond. Now, everyone, and including myself, we are guilty of that. I like a little bit of background noise, and my wife will tell me, let's switch this thing off so that we can concentrate on the food. And I want to do multitasking. I want to listen, and I want to eat and whatever. So these are things that you agree from the beginning, but you cannot finish everything in one go. Okay? So really, communication is the key.
That's going to lead me to this question, Dr. Shomade. You would agree with me that in today's world that we are in now, relationships are so much lost values, to a great extent. So many people attach importance to material gains and all of that. What would you say that the implications of these anomalies that has almost taken over our homes, seeing more divorce than people staying in marriage? What would you think are the implications of these anomalies?
The implications of this, when you say the relationship has lost value, okay? So basically, if we attach much importance to material thing, now, material gain, how much money we made, and all that, all those things are necessary. Somebody says that love is not enough. I said, love needs to be present first. But in addition to love, you also need to have a personal peace and way of sorting out conflicts. When it arises, it will arise at some stage or the other. Does not matter your background. Now, so money is crucial as well. If there is no money, then love may not be enough. Love can cover all these things. It depends on the perspective of the partners. Let's say the woman comes from a really wealthy family or whatever, and says that I do, whatever is mine is yours, and whatever is yours is mine. Not your things are ours, and my thing is mine, which is what is going on these days. Now, or what have you done for me lately? I watch a few programs on the internet or YouTube or whatever. Somebody sponsors someone through our school. They have understanding that when he or she finish, they will get married. And by the time they've done all that, through a lot of expenses are gone, even sponsor the family. And what you find is that they come back, they say, oh, yes, I'm too much for this guy now. I can't marry him or her or whatever. Or I see things like birthdays. Somebody will prank somebody, will just bring bread or something or whatever, and then they will just flip. And it'll be fighting the person that you say you love just because he gave you a flower that you claim you like, he'll give you something, whatever. Inside there are deeper things. Sometimes there could be key, there could be whatever, there could be a test. Many people fail the test because of material attachment. Have you not seen what this person is giving their partner or whatever? What's wrong with you? Now, material things, to go back to your question, increase conflicts. It increase lower satisfaction in the family. It does increase loneliness because they have set unrealistic expectations for one another. And it leads to disappointment, a lack of emotional connection. Now, when all these things happen, those are the implications. Once you have now focused on money, material value, I must buy that air, I must buy that car, I must. Do you have the budget for it? Do you carry the kind of jobs or business or side hustle that give you such things? If you don't, you have to manage within what you have. Don't look at the Joneses. But material things have destroyed many marriages. It basically, what can they do? If that person doesn't have money to buy the latest iPhone or the latest car or whatever, you're unhappy and you make he or her life a miserable thing in the house. And you even turn off the relationship, having intimacy. You turn it off until you get what you think you deserve. There will be erosion of core relationship value. Now, support and compassion will go, right? So, and this can affect your well-being because if you are an annoying person, you get anger, and anger can lead to personal mental health. It could lead to personal well-being. It could affect the way you relate to one another, and if you have children will pick it up and they will report these things in their mind among themselves. I mean, I work in schools. I know what I hear from students, even from Africa. Oh, my mom and this and that, when they are fighting and when they are diseased, they will tell you. Right. So it means that it's having an effect on them too.
Agape Love International Ministries. Get ready for the Wisdom for Marriage Seminar, 3rd edition, a powerful session designed to enrich marriages and relationships through mentoring, guidance, and practical wisdom. Whether you're single, engaged, newly married, or already on the journey, this seminar will equip you with the tools to build stronger, healthier, and lasting relationships. Theme: Wisdom for Marriage. Get ready to be inspired at the 3rd edition of the program coming your way soon by Agape Love International Ministries in London, United Kingdom. This is a marriage and mentoring seminar designed to enrich your relationships and ensuring a happier life for everyone, irrespective of your race, ethnicity, or background. Don't miss this life-changing opportunity. Your marriage deserves wisdom. Follow Agape Love International Ministries through these platforms. Hashtag Wisdom for Marriage, hashtag Marriage Seminar, hashtag Mentoring for Couples. Telephone, +44 7956243124. Email, johnshomade@gmail.com. Don't miss out, be part of the movement towards ensuring a happy relationship.
As a Nigerian, Dr. Shomade, as a Nigerian, by origin, there is a development, in the diaspora, not just only in the UK where we are, a case whereby couples that find their way into the foreign land, perhaps for a better life, and at the end of the day, using the aspect of domestic violence to be able to gain, either stay or papers in the foreign land. How do you see this occurrence amongst Africans generally?
It's been becoming increasingly, what do I call it? I don't want to call it pandemic, but issue in the mind of people of African culture. Now, because everybody want to japa, they come with the mindset of whatever they see it at home, and they bring it here. Now, if whether USA, Canada, whether UK, whether Russia, or whatever, your upbringing speaks for you. Now, using domestic violence, I do not support. But some people really do beat their wife, and in some cases, some beat their husband. Trust me, there have been cases like that. And sometimes violence is not necessarily physical, it could be verbal, it could be emotional. Okay? So these things happen. It's just that men will not report it because they are kind of afraid that even their mates will be they'll be the source of the ridicule. Okay? Now, but what is happening, I've seen quite a number of cases in the US when something provoked the violence. Whilst I do not support whatever that they say is provoking them, either as a man or a woman, you must be able to conduct yourself without violence. Okay? So, but there will be a provocation. And provocation leads to anger. And anger.
But that's where understanding comes in, isn't it?
Yes. We need understanding. I mean, most of the cases I've seen or I've heard or got reported, especially in the US, is that maybe the guy went to the village, he went to go and bring a woman, either forced by the parents, or he started thinking that the one in the US, they're no good, they are spoiled, or whatever, because of what he sees going on there, or whatever. So, and they bring this one, and the moment this one arrived, put them to school, they went to learn, they go to study, they finish, and during all that time, they have picked up a lot of things within the society, even within our society, feeding them all kind of things, right? Some of the things they say to them, they don't do it in their house. But these guys, this either women, most of the time, would now begin to misbehave. Well, I'm not your cook and all this and that and that. The culture that we are brought in have now been eroded. And I am really annoyed that it's only in our circle that is happening. We have Asian, we have Russian, we have Chinese, they have their culture, they keep their culture, they keep their language, they don't report themselves like that. And before long, the marriage will spread, and they are tapping into the law of the land, the law that they never had where they're coming from. They are trying to have the best of both worlds now. They want me to be the husband and provider in the house and provide everything, but at the same time, you want me also to go to the kitchen and to cook for you, irrespective of when I've gone out and what you have gone out. The culture has been eroded. You see, so you can't have both ways. You have to meet each other. I'm not saying that the man should not help in the home, and I'm not saying that the woman should not help in the home, because the role could be reversed. However, if you're going to practice our culture the positive side. If you want to erode some, maybe things, remove materialistic, remove fraud or mentality, remove all those things that are negative. But those things that are good, keep them and let them speak for themselves. Because if the Chinese can do it, if the Asian can do it, and they speak the language,
we can do it as well.
English, we'll tell them English vocabulary. Even it's happening in Nigeria. I remember a case when my cousin, I went there, I said, this is a teenager. Do you speak, well, I was speaking to her, and she said, no, I don't speak vernacular. I said, what is vernacular? They said, oh, yes, they said this and this and this. And I said, well, look, you are the future generation. I'm having this issue with my children abroad, that their children, that their mother does not speak the language. I get to understand that. I will try my best. But in Nigeria, your father, your mother, your grandfather, your grandmother, they both speak the same language. And you are in Nigeria telling me you don't speak and you can't hear it. I say, see, this is one of the things that happens. Okay, we are exporting things that is not good. So I know your point is about domestic violence. Now, I know that maybe with the African context, people get fight and they beat each other. I do not support. Okay? Whether male or female battering, I do not support at all. But we now start going to the police. I read an article that the police in the UK now telling the Nigerian women, stop sending your husband out, because when you do, the problem is your children, especially male children, you cannot bring them up like a woman.
Exactly.
And they go and learn from other people outside, and you get increase in violence. So you see, these cases, they begin to misuse legal pathway, which was made for those people who are genuinely battered, genuinely domestic violence. And so they know that if you're going to get paper, just go and report your husband or your wife or whatever, there's a domestic violence, and the law of the country will guide you indefinitely. And that
as a prelude to that occurrence, to serve as an inspiration to those that are young in relationships. Why is it that when couples are at the early stage, it is obvious that the flame of love, flourishes, and everything is smooth, glaring, that they are so much in love. But as the years goes by, as they are deeper, in relationship, it's to some extent, it feels like the love diminishes. Why is this? What is responsible for this?
You see, the love itself is misunderstood by most of them.
Mm.
Okay? They came into it because of one thing. Maybe the person looked good, maybe the person has good career, they want all these things, or the kind of eros love whereby is all sexual, is all physical, okay? And they like the look of the woman or the man or their bank the bank size, okay? Now, when you're still coming together as a couple, there is a flame there, there is a passion there, and there's a depth in what they feel as in love. As people get into after marriage, they come into reality. Things that the man always would normally do, go to visit them, bring flowers. Well, not mostly for Nigerians. My wife likes flowers. But some don't say, well, is it flower I'm going to eat? Okay. You know, when they get married, he stopped doing that because he's no longer in the courtship stage of the life cycle. Okay. So, however, the woman now think because he stopped doing that, the love is no longer there. And if you had another dimension, then there's introduction of a baby coming.
Yeah.
And the child finally arrives. The love is translated to the child. And the husband is feeling ignored because anytime now he wants to become intimate,
More attention will be on the child now.
on the child now. So he is feeling a pinch. The wife is feeling a pinch. I mean, just to clarify myself, what I mean by pinch is sort of the language I use in my marriage seminar. One person is feeling something is wrong, they're no longer happy, or whatever, there is an issue. Now, when both of them now start feeling the pinch, it becomes a crunch. And the crunch is saying that both of us are feeling something is not right. Instead of them to set up arrangement to talk about it, to communicate about it, they just get on with their life. And so that thing is held down there. Anything that you bottle up will certainly explode at one stage or the other, whether through anger or something, a strange word spoken that will hurt, that will cut through the heart, and then this thing begins to diminish.
Hey guys, for latest news for Nigerians in diaspora, please keep watching Diaspora TV Network anywhere you are in the whole world by Dele Aberuagba. You can't miss out listening to most of the things on the news about musicians, about our popular land, about Nigeria in general. You cannot miss out. Please keep rolling with us by Dele Aberuagba. Thank you. I, Kabiyesi Murphy Adela, is saying this. I say so. Keep watching. Thank you. Bye.
We have been talking to Dr. John Shomade. Dr. John Shomade is a Nigerian by origin, based in the United Kingdom. It's a marriage and relationship counselor. This is an issue that touches every individual, both young and old, because when the home is not settled, obviously the offsprings of that home will definitely feel the pinch, according to your word. But let me ask you, Dr. Shomade, from experience as a relationship counselor, what would you list out as the core values that couples must uphold to be able to ensure a happy home?
Core values. You see, core value, there must be communication, Yeah?
Yeah.
Communication is vital. If you don't communicate, what you will find is that you're going to be operating on assumptions. And assumptions can be wrong.
Yeah.
Now, if assumption is totally wrong, they are carrying a wrong message there, right? And that wrong message will lead to problems in the future. Now, you need to nurture each other. You need to prioritize each other. You need to give each other mutual support. Just because you're married does not mean the end of courtship. Take a time out and go for a drive. Go on holiday together. Do something.
You just mentioned holiday now. Sorry to cut you, Dr. Shomade. When couples go on holiday, think about holiday, would you subscribe to the fact that each person goes on holidays separately, or would you subscribe to the fact that they have to go together? This has been an issue of interest to me.
In my book, I don't mean physical book, in my own perception, when couples go on holiday, go together. That's the couples that pray together remain together. The couples that do things together, they enriching the marriage. Right? I don't have problem with my wife going on holiday with her friends.
Yeah.
I operate from the time I started courting my wife, right from the beginning. I was a student. I came in here to study. I have one picture which I saw and I hung it in my room, and it says, if you love somebody, set them free.
Yeah.
If they belong to you, they will surely come back.
Definitely.
Right? And I subscribe to that. And this is what I told my wife when we first met. We were both students. I don't have a problem with you going out with your friends. I don't have a problem with you going out or whatever, but we must have a time for each other. So there's a time you go out with your friends, as long as they are not the one that's going to be negatively influencing you. I don't stop that. It's not all my wife's friends that I particularly 100% approved, but it's not for me. And I'm sure she does not 100% approve all my friends either. No, we tell each other that one can negatively influence you, that one is this and that and that and that. So you can go on holiday with your friends, but
without a partner.
Yeah, but not at the expense of going on holiday with me.
Yeah.
If you go on holiday with your friends and no time for me, then you are creating a division within the marriage. Okay? But if you go on holiday, you want to go on girls' night out, you want to go so. My wife has a group of friends, and they decide that each year or whatever, they're going to go to different countries. Okay? There's accountability. I have the hotel details. I have all the numbers wherever I go, where they are going with. And this, she knows I'm not coming to prowl or whatever. And when she gets there, she will call me and we'll do video calls and whatever. I'll speak to the friends and whatever. I don't have problem with that. But not.
Do you want to share with us, how you actually got into marriage and relationship counseling? How did it all get started with you?
For me, one of my main passion is seeing marriages blossom, right? I always want to help people. And as a people helper, I noticed that there's a lot of young, especially young people and even some old people who are going into marriage, and the way they relate to one another is poor. Right? even some friends, acquaintances, and whatever, relationship poor. And it shows me that they've really never been taught what marriage is all about. Okay? And the passion grew more with young adults. Their ways of doing things makes me feel what is the future, where we would do something, with discretion. Sometimes they don't care. They don't mind the number of people they go out with and whatever, and go out one day. They just do this, and marriage is just infatuation for them. Their kind of marriage is more of a eros type of love. All right,
Yeah.
and that is just physical.
Can you recall a particular relationship challenges that you have had to deal with in the course of, staging your marriage seminar?
I can recall there was a issue with this couple. This couple are supposed to be even ministers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least one of them. And they came to me reporting that, oh, my husband doesn't give me money. I said, okay, why is that? Well, I don't know. I said, tell me more. What's been happening? I said, you've been married for X number of years, which is, I think, more than 10 years or something, but never give you money at all to maintain the home. I was surprised. And I said, I don't necessarily believe what you're telling me. I'm not calling you a liar. I said, I want to see proof. I want to see evidence of this. And I want to meet the guy. Am I able to speak to the guy? I said, yes. Okay. Before I get to meet the guy, the next time she came to me, she brought payslip. And the guy makes a lot of money in a week that some people don't get in a month. She printed it out or whatever. Yes, it's true. And that makes me even wonder what's going on. Now, she tells me through all these years, she's reported him to so many people, they've spoken to him, and he did nothing. And then when he's now started to give her money, it was like £100 in the month. Okay? And I said, well, £100 is better than nothing, but as a man, I go out shopping myself. I know the £100 probably won't buy all the meat and all the whatever that you guys that we buy. We'll talk about buying all the provision or whatever, and you have children, so I know that's not enough. Say, but he has this money, and what is he doing with the money? Are you guys into debt? Are you guys building a house? Are you guys having someone you are sponsoring and whatever? I asked lots of questions. He said, no, no, no. Now, in my mind, I'm building the picture. And I said to her, you're now training as a minister, you are in school, okay? How are you feeding? How are you the transport? How are you maintaining the house and whatever? She said, he pays for it. So you said you got a flat apart from the house you're living that you are renovating and you are doing so. Who is paying for that? He said, well, he's doing it. We used to rent that place out. Some of the money we got is okay. You said you have a son who is training football or whatever. When he pays money, he has to go whatever. Who's paying? He is doing it. Who's paying the bill in the house? He is doing it. And each question I ask is to build a picture. And I said, if you had all that together, even though you didn't put money directly in your pocket, he's actually giving you money, because this is not Nigeria when you expect everybody to survive abroad. You need more than one set of money to survive. So how are we going to do these things? Let me meet your husband. So I met with the husband. As the husband, this is what allegation your wife says, and what is the situation? And I said, I was direct. I said, are you building a house? He said, oh no. I said, so what's going on? Because for my book, I do shopping. £100 is not good. And he said, you just only started paying that. Your wife is complaining. Try and meet her halfway. Or you go out yourself and see what she's talking about. I know, because I do shopping. Both for the meat, for the whoever. I said, I know. You go and do it yourself so you can gauge the thing. And the guy was crying, saying, well, I don't know what's happened to my money. I don't know how it's gone, whatever, whatever. Now, this building a picture. So, in the end, I coupled both of them together. And now I asked them that they make an understanding, an arrangement, what they would do to change the situation. Yes, what they would do to change the situation. He says, we'll give her more money and whatever and whatever. And he then said a few things. He said, well, sir, I'm taking care of everything in the house. Even the car she's driving, I'm paying for it from whatever and whatever. I said, he said, I don't know what I can do. I said, well, if you're coming home and you're eating, she's only talking about food. She's not talking about any other thing. See if you can upgrade this. Do you know, by the following week, the woman came back into the church to give testimony about how the husband bought a new car. I'm thinking, we only speaking last week. You said it doesn't give you anything. Buying a whole car is a lot of money handed to you. Okay, that one by the by. By the time in 1 year, what was happening is that the man was actually building a house in their village, right? And they were going away on a trip with all the family and whatever to go and do the opening ceremony and whatever. You see, why I'm taking time to narrate this thing is that you never believe everything that is said to you, because there's a lot of things. And they just want to sell you something. If you don't ask question, you will judge incorrectly. Both of them in my book are not truthful with me. Yeah. Both of them know exactly what they just want to get, what they want to do. But in the end, I use wisdom, and I said to them, oh, I said, congratulations on the housewarming and whatever. I saw that on online, no, not that they came to tell me. And they said, oh, Pastor, you know. I said, yes, I know. I said, all this while I was asking questions, this is what I suspect. Okay? But I did not say anything like that. And that put me in caution. Anybody that comes, I want to ask questions and I want to dig deeper. And I want to listen, not just with my ear, but with my spirit, to be able to know what exactly is the issue I'm dealing with.
Hi, everyone. My name is Foley Asiko from the Asiko Afrobeat Ensemble, the band. I'm inviting you to join the Diaspora TV network on YouTube and all other social media platforms. People, listen, if you're looking for news about Africa, about the world, insightful information about entertainment, entertainers, and everything that has to do with information, join Diaspora TV network, run by Dele Aberagba. I'll see you there. Come, we're waiting. Enjoy it.
What would you say have been the core, disciplines that have sustained your own personal marriage?
My own personal marriage, from the time we come together, we have mutual respect for one another, right? Mutual respect for one another, and we communicate. We let each other know what are the things that I expect, and uh, expectation met or unmet. What are my challenges? And you need trust. If you don't
If you
trust
come
one
back to
another,
this world, if you come back to this world again, would you still marry that same woman, for a wife?
I believe so. I will marry my wife again, because if I can go back briefly to the time we first met,
Mm.
I was in love with her mind first.
Yeah.
No, don't let me lie. First sight, as when I
Okay.
saw her, she was
Okay.
nice and
Yeah.
elegant and everything. That was the
Yeah.
first set of attraction. We
Yeah.
were introduced by someone else who was asking
Mhm.
me, you've been sitting there, I've not seen you with any woman. I said, well, I just come and I came to study, so I haven't got no time for whatever. And then she introduced, she said, I got two people, I'm going to bring
Okay.
one. As soon as she came, then we were talking and talking about every topic and whatever it was. So from there, I decided
You
that
got
that
you
same
got
day,
kids.
I'm going to say the word, because we are going to a party, just in case
Okay.
somebody got there and somebody was too fast for me.
Did you say it to her
No,
that same day?
yes, I said something to her. I said, I like whatever. She said, "Oh, you are too fast, man," or whatever. And why I was fast is that before leaving Nigeria, I had
Yeah.
a woman we did polytechnic together. We went on work experience together. We worked in the same insurance company. We go to lunch together. I really, really like her, but I did not want to spoil our friendship, so I kept quiet. The day before I traveled, I
Mm.
went to the campus, and a friend saw me when I was asking about her, and I said, I'm traveling. And they said, somebody is going to be disappointed. I said, what is that? Uh, so they said, you do not know that she really likes you. She talks about you like whatever, a perfect gentleman, whatever. By the time I saw her, she started crying, you know.
Mm.
But I travel anyway, because I got to travel the next day. And I did not know what time I'm going to come back or whatever. So when I saw this one, they almost
Yeah.
very alike. And I thought I
Okay.
better not hang around, do too much of a
Okay.
gentleman. I spoke up. So I will marry her again, because there
Mm.
is trust between us, there is mutual respect, we are
Yeah.
committed to one another, and we apply self-control. The only thing I
Mm.
would say is that I will ask God, Baba God, to tweak some things.
Yeah. That is in her.
Yeah, and I'm sure
Yeah,
she will say
but
the same thing
there's
about
no
me.
human being that is perfect. So there
That's
would
it.
definitely be other side of her.
Yes. I said some things. I'll marry her
Yeah.
again and again. And I'm sure
Yeah.
she will say to you that
Yeah.
she will probably say the same thing, that the Lord should tweak some things in me too.
Yeah.
Because
But if I have to ask you, what would you say have been her impact in your personal life?
ah, she's impacted me.
Yeah.
We've been married for 38 years,
Mm.
and she's impacted me tremendously. If I did not marry to her, I was
Yeah.
wondering a few months ago that if I had married somebody else, will I
Yeah.
still be married? Why did I say
Mm-hmm.
that? I've gone
Mm.
through challenges, I've gone through pain, I've gone through
Mm.
issue from
So that means she
financial,
stood all the way by you.
yes, financial, whatever. She stood with me. And
Yeah.
she's gone through loads. And I
Mm.
stood by her, you
Mm.
know. from health challenges to whatever. I stood by her. So we have done great things by ourselves that we are planning towards for a greater future, a freedom to do things from financial to whatever. We travel together. That is what we've been planning for. So she's also bringing a sophistication. She wants the home to be in a particular way. She wants the house to reflect love. She, share value when people come to us. When we throw a barbecue or party or whatever, people always commend about her. And she was born here. She not in Nigeria. She was born here to a Nigerian family, brought up a little bit by white people, but so people always who have not seen her, they will call her Oyinbo, until when they see her, that, so is an African, is he Jamo? Is he this? Is he from Caribbean? No, she's Nigerian flesh. So she just
To
have
wrap up this conversation, Dr. Shomade, this is a woman you have so much respect for. And I know that she's got the same thing, for you. If peradventure you find yourself in a situation like you are to describe three key positive sides of marriage, like, proceeds of good marriage, what are the three key things that you want to list out to my viewers?
I will say respect,
Yeah.
communication, trust, and commitment. Respect, communication, trust, and commitment.
You are having the third edition of the marriage seminar that you've been holding.
Yes.
Tell us about the seminar, especially what our viewers should be expecting in the third edition of the seminar coming out soon.
The third edition of Wisdom for Marriage seminar, which is scheduled for the 24th of January by God's grace, is going to be looking at, each session will look at different things. When we did the first one, we look at people coming together, expectation, and when there's a pinch and all that I mentioned earlier on. The last one, we talk about communication, speaker, listener technique, whereby somebody who has a pinch, one of the couple will call the other person and they will make a time to sit and to discuss the issue. One who is the speaker will speak and the listener will keep quiet, will never butt in, not thinking about they're going to defend themselves. So once they've done that, they will summarize what they've heard and then look to now speak, whether to accept the allegation or whatever, or to find a way of moving forward. That was the second one. The third one, we are looking at marriage and family of origin. Marriage and family of origin. And this issue, these two, marriage has its own issue, family of origin has its own issue. And when they all come together, I can see spiritual, I can see physical, I can see all kind of connotation, because we all come from different backgrounds. And from the African diaspora, people that come from family that background is entrenched in the other world, and some in Christianity, some in the Muslim, some in different ways. And the family origin can affect how we operate, what you see your father doing and what you see your mother doing, and sometimes what you don't see, but it's become a commonality. Maybe in that marriage, there's no one who gets married, there's no one who excels to a certain age or to a certain extent. There's in that marriage, there's always a single mother. That marriage, there's always demonic influences attacking, whatever. You see, two things are coming together. the marriage zone and the family of origin, and that's what we're going to be discussing. And it's an interactive session. We have panels who will answer questions. It's not just about me. And there's workshop, there's role play, there's all that. Not me.
Are there going to be admittance fees, or is free for everyone to attend?
At the moment, it's free. They don't actually come cheap. What I do ask is that at the end, I ask people who want to sponsor these things, because putting it together is not cheap. It's all coming from me at the moment. Okay, yeah. That's what I ask. I don't ask for offering, no tithe, nothing, whatever. There's nothing wrong with it. People have asked me, what you do, you need to be charging gate fees. I've not gotten into that stage yet, and I'm thinking to myself, well, you know what? I need sponsors who are there to sponsor these things. People who are able to say, I'm committed to these things. Because from the hall to they're also giving takeaway, they're giving things about, they get pens, they got pad, they got whatever it is that.
And how long does the seminar take?
Usually around 3 hours. Usually around 3 hours. Whatever we do and finish by 3 hours, we move.
Do they have break? Do they have break in between?
There's constant break. There's constant break from 10 minutes break, 15 minutes break, in and here and there. It's all set into the program. So,
all right. Thank you, Dr. John Shomade. Viewers out there, we've been speaking to Dr. John Shomade. Dr. Shomade is a marriage and relationship counselor, a Nigerian by origin, but putting together homes, solidifying the backgrounds and the pillars of homes and relationships. And I do seriously hope that I will be seeing you at the 3rd edition of the seminar in London here. Dr. Shomade, it's so nice having you on this program, on this particular edition. We do seriously hope that when next we call on you, you'll oblige us.
God grace.
Yeah. Viewers, before you go, click the subscribe button, share, like, and you can forward us your comments, and I'll make sure that Dr. Shomade gets all your views about all he said. Solidifying homes and putting homes together to ensure a happy home. Thank you, Dr. Shomade, for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Aberagba. Thank you for being a veteran in this level, and you're taking us into another level in the diaspora.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Hello, viewers. I'm pretty sure that you've really enjoyed this session with Dr. Shomade. Dr. Shomade is such an interesting piece that we've had from you today in building homes, ensuring that we all have a happy home. This is your program, Diaspora TV Network, and I remain yours sincerely, Dele Aberagba. Until next time, when I bring to you another exciting edition of this program, subscribe to this channel, like, share, and comment, and I'll make sure that it gets back to Dr. Shomade to build on. Thank you so much, Dr. Shomade, for your time, sir. Thank you.